So we're already at the Kickstarter section, and we only have 2 for you this week, but that must mean they're both really great, right?
Maybe.
Actually, the first one I'm very interested in, and it's mine. I'm going to introduce it to you and tell you about it. It's called Zombies Run, the board game. Now, you may remember, people watching may remember, there was an app called Zombies Run.
Yes.
And that is the basis, that is what this game is actually based on.
Is that actually from them?
Well, the creator of that app is part of this project.
That's cool.
He had other people help design the actual board game, but
I mean, like they're involved.
Same company, yeah, same team, some of them at least. So the original app was it was on your phone, and you actually were meant to walk around, and it would show you where zombies were, and it was sort of encouraging you to. It was sort of like the first AR pre-Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and the way it worked is pretty much you could set the difficulties, their speed, how late the outbreak was, and the idea was not to get caught. And it was very interesting, especially, and it would actually track, which is sort of cool, the areas. Like, I live in a very rural area. Even if I put on the high settings, there might be 1 or 2 zombies.
Right.
But if you're in more of a city area, there's going to be a lot more spawning.
And so this game said, why don't we take that idea, but you don't have to move. Genius.
I can't wait for the Pokemon Go version.
I know, me either. That'll be it. Someday we'll get that. But this game does use an app. It is still an app-based game. It's cooperative. The Centerpiece is a big map that is, I don't know the word for it. I guess it's laminated, but you have dry erase markers and you can write on it. And the app will actually generate a route for you and a goal and new mission objectives. And you're actually going to be writing down on the map where you are, what you find, mark off there were zombies here, there was food here, stuff like that. And as you play, the app will tell you when zombies that are represented by cards in a certain way are advancing. If they advance too far, you have to deal with them. You can either try to run away or you have weapons. And it also is in real time. So the app will be telling you that stuff. It will also be telling you maybe there could be different kinds of things that happen. Like a person could ask you for help. And you have to decide. It'll give you choices. Do you stop and help them? Do you just leave them to die? Do you do something else? And there will be consequences or not consequences. So, it is another zombie game, but the fact that it's an app game and the way that the design of the map and actually drawing on it, making it feel like a real kind of Survivor-style game, looked really cool to me. And I also think it's interesting because it's maybe the first board game based on an app that already existed, which is a weird concept.
Coming soon, Candy Crush, the card game.
Oh, that actually sounds completely plausible to me. so check that out if you're looking for another zombie game.
Very important. It will be collectible card game, so you have to buy packs.
Yeah. Also, what's the Zombie 15? Was the other real-time zombie game? Sort of like that. You can get it for $34 as the base. $44 gets you the party edition, which comes with more cards.
Party hats?
And not party hats, but you can defeat zombies by dancing or something. Like, I think it's more supposed to be like a party version. And then there's a $72 version, which comes with a bunch of miniatures and stuff.
Oh, man.
Which you gotta have those. So look for Zombies Run, the board game. And now we've got another version of another thing.
Yes, this is actually Heroes Normandy, the tactical card game. This, if you haven't guessed, is from the creators of Heroes of Normandy.
That's good.
And the way this one works is more, I would say it's like it's a standalone version. It's not like an expansion for it, in which you have the 2 sides and you actually play tiles that will have your units on them in a small battlefield. So, like, if you don't know the other one, Heroes of Normandy is much more, I would almost call it like a miniature game. It's a war game. Like, you actually settle your team, you actually have pieces, and then, of course, you have shadows, and you have also monsters and stuff.
Right.
And you move them around, and you have specific ones. Like, you might be crossing a bridge, there's a tile, there's a farm. You make battlefields. This is much more of I would say, a simpler version. What I liked is because I had the Shadows of Normandy. We haven't played it yet, mostly because I'm waiting on a couple other things. Because they did a sorting box. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until I can sort it all in a nice box, so I can probably play it. Start the game up in 5 minutes instead of an hour.
That's always a plus.
Yes, but this is, I thought, really cool if you're into war games. But if you into war games, you probably have looked into Heroes of Normandy. I mean, the very popular game. I think he even won awards for most historic, like accurate game or something like that.
It seems like a fairly common practice where you see a board game that's complicated and then they come out with a card game version that's less complicated.
Well, I think it's good. I made the joke earlier about the game might take longer to set up or not.
Right.
So it allows you to have maybe try to get something of a similar experience, but knowing that you don't have 3 hours or so to play Eldritch or Arkham Horror.
Right. Has there ever been the opposite? Is there ever a card game that's more complicated?
Well, we're going to see one.
We are?
Mystic Vale. We know that that is the mechanic to go into a much larger game. I forget what something Darkness, I think.
Edge of Darkness?
Yeah. So I think that is your...
It came, like the simple version came first, and then they're evolving it.
Officially. I think technically the other one actually existed.
Oh, that's true, right.
But really, as far as we know as the public, that we saw this first.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of an interesting thing. We should do some, I don't know, some kind of a segment on that.
We know you all love Candyland, but now, Candyland Armageddon.
Wait, that's the simpler card game?
No, that's the
card
one.
we're going backwards. Right. I was like, that sounds worse.
Well, no, it is simpler. Yeah, what happens is, drop the nuke. Game over!
It's a candy nuke. That one goes also for $34. The card game. It seems like a good thing. Yeah, they make good stuff. Already funded, and we should also just briefly mention The End Is Nigh.
Yes.
Which we put out a whole separate preview video for. It's up right now.
Check it out.
It already got funded. It's already met a bunch of stretch goals.
You really like it. You have already backed it yourself.
I'm a backer. So it's got the stamp of approval from us. So go check out The End Is Nigh, which we'll also have a link to, along with the rest of these Kickstarters below.